everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So the news I've been hoping to hear out of Kevin Feige's mouth could have possibly just came when it comes to the fact that are we going to be getting some other Spider-Man characters possibly showing up in the MCU. And now we have a little bit of a tease from Kevin Feige that he normally does not do in regards to this possible idea. So let's go over here and check out the article that discusses this here from comicbook.com. Kevin Feige on Spider-Man and Venom crossover in the MCU, he said, quote, "I wouldn't rule anything out." If you're still holding on to hope to see Tom Hardy's Venom in the MCU someday, you might actually be in luck. Kevin Feige has been chatting with most online outlets in support of Black Widow for the better part of July, and in one stop, the Marvel Studios head made quite the revelation. In a world where superhero cinema runs Hollywood, the Marvel producer suggests anything possible with a potential crossover between Marvel Studios and Sony, namely Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock Venom. Feige's reveal came in a chat with Rotten Tomatoes where he revealed he wouldn't rule anything out when it comes to the potential of an inter-universe crossover. Quote, "I don't want to talk about rumors or speculation on what could happen or couldn't happen as it relates to the characters Marvel Studios hasn't brought to the screen yet. But I will say what I've always said, having been at Marvel Studios for 20 years, I wouldn't dismiss anything. I wouldn't rule anything out," quote unquote. He added, "When and how and where remains to be seen. Any rumor you read online could happen anytime between tomorrow and never." Interestingly enough, Feige's comments came just weeks after Sony Pictures head Sanford Panitch revealed the studio has plans to cross over between movies in its own Sony universe of Marvel characters, or SPUMP, as they like to call it, a universe made up of Spider-Man related characters. "There actually is a plan," quote, the executive told Variety in May. "I think now maybe it's getting a little more clear for people where we're headed, and I think when No Way Home comes out, even more will be revealed." Wink, wink. The great thing is when we have this very excellent relationship with Kevin Feige, there's an incredible sandbox there to play with. We want those MCU movies to be absolutely huge because that's great for us and our Marvel characters, and I think that's the same thing on their side. But we have a great relationship. There's lots of opportunities, I think, that are going to happen. So Kevin Feige really didn't say a whole lot in his quote. There's more to read into when it comes to the Sony's head's quote that came out in May. However, the fact that he says, "I wouldn't rule anything out," obviously he's keeping a little bit close to the chest because he doesn't want to reveal his plans when it comes to the Spider-Man world and how they could be crossing over with his MCU. However, with the whole tease from Sony's head, Sanford Panitch, saying that it's possible that after No Way Home, it's going to become a little bit more clear about where they're going, and the fact that there is actually a plan to cross over these characters between the MCU and the Sony universe, that's a good sign with the fact that we're going to be getting possibly Venom jumping into the MCU, or, you know, maybe another Avenger character jumping over into the Sony world to interact with Spider-Man characters. You know, maybe we'll get Spider-Man jumping over to the Venomverse and back and forth to the Avengers. We'll just have to wait and see what they do. But the fact that Kevin Feige is even hinting that this could be a possibility is a big thing, because Feige is usually, you know, he's basically a vault. You can't break that combination to get him to say anything. And even in this case, he really didn't say a whole lot, but he's saying more than he normally would. So I'm going to take that as a nice little wink and a nod that, like, maybe, hey, you might be getting Venom into the MCU before too much longer. You just got to wait and see. I think a lot of this is going to determine based on, you know, how, you know, Loki goes and things like that, because we're getting to a point now where about 5 months away from the release of Spider-Man No Way Home. And if I haven't seen the finale of Loki yet when I'm recording this, the latest episode and the last episode of Loki season 1 will be dropping here in a few hours. So when this video comes out, maybe we'll have a little bit more clarity. But if that episode ends the way I think it could break open the whole multiverse theory, and we could be getting, you know, with What If coming out, what's going to be, you know, different, you know, versions of the stories that we know and love, and how they're going to be in different universes. Maybe we're going to finally get the explosion of the multiverse, and maybe we'll get the Spider-Man trailer, and No Way Home will actually get to see it, and the multiverse will be, you know, all over the comic book world, because DC's doing their own version of it too, and once Marvel unveils their version of it, it's going to open up a world of possibilities that I absolutely cannot wait for, and I can't wait for you all to see the potential of the storytelling storytelling that I've been ranting and raving about so much here on my channel. It's going to be a sight to behold and make for a lot of great content moving forward. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think the possibility of Tom Hardy's Venom, he could possibly be coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe at some point? Please comment down below. Let me know. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, chocolate and tater tots.